And it continues. Now we have here the universal origin of the Celestials. Celestials ascended from the astral realm. They are now joined within the universal firmament. Their heart and mind consciously a part of everything in the seen and unseen worlds. They are celestial realm creators. Damn. The physical characteristics. Celestials are able to choose any bodily form from their past incarnations or a combination thereof from the physical or astral realms. They are inwardly beautiful and exceptionally good looking in this rarefied state. Celestial garments are made from ultra-dimensional fabrics depicting scenes from the cosmos, suns, stars, moons, galaxies, nebulas, planets. Damn. A celestial fragrance emanates from their presence. They sound awesome. Belief system. Celestials are devotional beings to the creation and to the creators. Celestials are the overseers of the cosmic law of one. Damn. They work from behind the veil of the celestial curtain. Let us look at their agenda, cosmic agenda. We're going to read everything about them because they interesting. Cosmic agenda. Celestials prepare a written code comprised within living light and disperse these learning programs across the heavens. These blankets of awareness, ascension grids, guide a planetary consciousness to the next level. They work in union with the angelic corps and the University of Melchizedek. Some celestials are in a class all of their own. Technology. When traveling the multiverse, celestials create an express space vehicle for gamma ray, a buoyant milky white matter infused with star energy, sunlight or moonlight, and high vibratory crystals mined from across their lands. They have full cognition of every living cell of consciousness in the firmament of their realm. Damn. And with a mere thought, the craft molds around them instantly. Damn. They can modify the craft while in flight, change its form. Anything the mind can think of, they can achieve. All of their light technology is derived from the gamma ray and can be modified depending on the mission, with the infusion of other properties in the celestial heavens, such as stardust, moonlight, sunlight, etc. Okay, let's look at the consciousness abilities. Celestials have avatar and solar consciousness. They speak the light essence language. There is consciousness in all light, and the celestials program the heavens through light. Dimensional capacity, being creators in the multi-dimensional realms, celestials continue their evolutionary journey, ultimately ascending into the paradise spheres, worlds that are beyond sublime, beyond human description. Looking back on their lineage, for instance, if it was on Earth, an ascended celestial might oversee their bloodline, and share enlightenment through the dream state, a visitation, or from behind the veil. Some celestials are created beings. They work in unison with ascended celestials. Now here we have a celestial male. Of course, they had to make him white. The author had to make him white. It's just the way the ego functions. It's just the way when you're racist at heart, you gotta whitewash your goddamn thing. The information is good now, despite the bullshit. I feel like if you're gonna tell it, don't be biased. Tell it as it is. Okay, but anyway, moving on. Here we have the Clarions. Universal origins. Clarions are from the planet Clarion, which revolves around two suns in a binary system in the constellation Aquila. Physical characteristics. Clarions are indistinguishable from Earth humans. Females on average are 5'5" and males are 5'9". They have petite, round facial features, various colors of hair, and angelic eyes, the same display of colors on Earth. They are slanted and almond shaped. Let's just look at one of them. Here we have some images of the Clarion, male and female. Okay. Now, where are we? Belief system. Clarions believe in the cosmic law of one, which most of all the extraterrestrials believe in, are these celestial beings. They believe in creating light in honor of the one with no name, as mentioned in the Gnostic text when it speaks of the creator, the originator, that sparked the very first movement of force in creation. It speaks of him as one with no name, since there was no one to name him. That's in the Gnostic text. Okay, continuing on. The invisible architect of all creation. Okay, they believe time and space are their temples. Planets and stars, their cathedrals. Damn, boy, they on some real deal galactic shit. And the universe, their sanctuary. I like the way they think. I love this. They are aware that they and all sentient beings own the consciousness of the primordial atom and of eternity. Now, we can all learn something from their belief system if you're not trapped in a religion. Okay, continuing on. Let me start that back. They are aware that they and all sentient beings own their own consciousness of the primordial atom end of eternity, and know that death is only transformational. The soul is eternal. They also believe the invisible architect of creation fulfills destiny, and the celestial creators wave fate. Now we just got done reading about the celestials. Okay, now they believe souls evolve from planetary sphere to planetary sphere, such as reincarnation and what they talking about. Universal schools, until they reach the consciousness of the primordial one, of the architect with no name. Unity, they reach this state of consciousness. They will be born into the universal theater over and over again. Let's look at their cosmic agenda, and simply because they are very interesting. I like the way they believe. Cosmic agenda. Clarions are here assisting Earth in rising up in outer duality and into universal ascension, vibrating into the next dimensions. Some have been living on Earth for more than 80 years. Well, might be damn. One of their bases is shared with other intergalactic beings located beneath the center of the Amazon jungle. Alright, let's look at some of their technology, y'all. Clarions have common discus craft that are about 80 feet in diameter. The metal outer part of the ship can become transparent, revealing the inner parts or the outside environment. The interior of the craft has the appearance of infinity. They are able to contract or expand the space. The laws of physics are obliterated. The craft is a living metallic creature. The craft, y'all, is alive. Via thought projection, standing in the center of the ship, a black cube rises from the ground to 5 feet. Its upper surface is dark blue and its side has an oval cavity in its base. When the cube is touched, a large golden edge ejects from it. The key to the ship's guidance system. By touching the key, the route officer or Umhatima in Clarion or the pilot is able to communicate with the organic brain of the craft. Damn. The cube then becomes transparent and showcases images. These images are transferred to the monitors and display graphs and star maps. Shit. Through the route officer's mind projections, the images become fluid and they then chart a course to their own destination. The Clarions have a frequency alternator that projects into space-time, overthrowing all laws of physics. I'll be damned. The small round handheld spheres alters the atomic frequency of matter living organisms and purifies the cells. In other words, the sphere can relocate one to other dimensions, made possible by a controlled acceleration of a person's molecules. Damn. Human DNA has a programmed syntax that can be modified as it reacts to modulated impulses. They can introduce colors, words, and music and change the key in your genetic code. That's some shit. Reprogramming them and causing them to react to a new dynamic sequence. Man, these people, these Clarions some serious. Okay. They changing your genetic code if they want to. Okay. That's some shit. Okay. Through sound and color dynamics, they can reprogram cells. Information contained in DNA can be transmitted through words because languages possess the codified memories of the entire universe. Clarions are masters of biogenesis and astrobiology. Finally, we need to summon some of them, y'all. Some of these Clarions. We need to summon some of them. Yeah. And get our junk DNA activated. See if they can send some shockwaves to it and wake it up. Finally, they have a touch, contact, metallic surface on a piano-like instrument that when played with the fingers create a pure energy cosmic composition. Man, I want to meet one of them. No, I want to meet some of them. I'd like to meet them. Okay, and the other one I just read about, because they awesome. Shit, the universe is their sanctuary. Okay? The stars and the planets are their cathedrals. Okay? Yeah, we need to meet. Let us keep it pushing. Alright. Consciousness, ability, claims of fully conscious, sovereign, and telepathic mental synchronicity beings. They are masters of physics, metaphysics, and ultra physics. All facets pertaining to the visible and invisible quotation. Dimensional capacity. Clarions believe there is no difference between physical reality and immaterial dimensions. They are able to traverse interdimensionally. Ladies and gentlemen, I give it to you, the Clarions. Moving on. Clones. We've all heard about these clones. Gucci Mane. Who else? We have our doubts about. Shit, a lot of them actually. A lot of the entertainers, superstars and shit. You know, we have our doubts about a lot of them. But anyway, universal origin. Clones are biologically created. Physical characteristics. Clones could be human or aliens. Did y'all hear that shit? They're grown in artificial embryo sacs and void of a soul. That means you can program their ass. Souls are born of the creation with divine love and intent. Okay? Let us look at one of these here clones. Some of these clones. Here we have the clones. Grown in facilities, as we can see. Look at that. They ain't got no soul. Soulless. Make you think about it. It made me think, like, is it possible that the Caucasians doing their rant on just murdering all these indigenous people over shit? Probably 1 billion people, close to it, the original people. You got to put Leopold in there, Muhammad Ali in Arabia, they over there in the East, the Muslim dude that killed all of them indigenous people. Hitler, Stalin, Bush, Obama. You got to put all them, the ones that had people murdered, Could these have been clones that was used to murder all these people? Soulless. They say they soulless, right? Shit, I wouldn't doubt it. Shit. Because you don't... Put it like this. If we have a savage that's at the head that are controlling Freemasons, and we know who these savages are, if you have done any study. These savages are from the Draco constellation. Now, if they've been ruling since the fall of Atlantis, and they infiltrated Egypt, and this means they been knew about cloning. They could have been cloning, could have had a whole heap of motherfuckers cloned, waiting on a day like this. Waiting to basically annihilate and move in their one world order, or their new world order of bullshit, okay, of murder. And then they can bring in what they want to bring in and have their way with it. So, a lot of these motherfuckers could be clones, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Because they got to jump on everybody because they would have had all the time in the world to just sit back and clone their ass off. Okay? That's my point. Now, let us continue. Belief system. Clones have no belief system. They are constituted consciousness units. Cosmic agenda. Clones are an extension of their programmers and can be used for good or evil purposes. Kind of remind me of, let me just hop off this right quick, y'all. Y'all just listen to me for a second. It reminded me of this episode I was watching on The Simpsons. And it was showing that all the cops that were killing people on the episode were clones. And I don't find that shit far-fetched at all. I could believe it. Because it take a soulless motherfucker to just kill any innocent person. Okay? You can't be, what it say up here at the top, physical characteristics. Souls are born of the creation with divine love and intent. Your ass couldn't be born of divine love and intent to do some shit like that. Okay? But let me keep it pushing. If clones are heavily implanted and joined with a group mind, either artificial or advanced alien, they become robotoids. The Dark Orion Draconian Empire creates, uses, and sells robotoids. See, I said that shit. I know y'all gonna say, oh, you already had read that shit. No, fuck, I didn't. No, I did not. I just know some shit. Just common sense after doing enough research. Listen, let me read it one more time. If clones are heavily implemented and joined with a group mind, either artificial or advanced alien, they become robotoids. The Dark Orion Draconian Empire creates, uses, and sells robotoids to protect themselves. So, we basically talking about the CIA right here, y'all. Because we know the CIA are their protectors. The men in black is what they call them. They ain't nothing but goddamn clones. Okay? Orion Draconians use robotoids to do their dirty work. Man, this shit is not far-fetched. And when you start going down a rabbit hole, you can connect these dots and understand what's really going on when you go beyond the surface or a religious-minded person. Now let's continue. One type of clone exists to throw starseeds off their missions, interfering with alignment and ascension messages, preventing them from achieving spiritual evolution. Elevation. And distorting the true benevolent cosmic reality. These clones use artificial intelligence consciousness to impersonate a voice of truth. Ain't no telling how many damn so-called leaders that we got are clones. Listen, I'm going to read it again. These clones are artificial intelligence consciousness to impersonate a voice of truth. But their messages are designed to create fear through false love. But as the starseed increases their spiritual substance, they are able to recognize the false voice and uproot it from their consciousness and detour it from future transmissions. The first phase is recognition. The second phase is mentally removing it from the mind through meditation by consciously creating a metabolic sphere, a powerful magnet, and then turning on the magnet above the head, allowing it to pull all the negative and untrustworthy thought forms up into the sphere. Once the mind is cleansed, add pink for love, purple for spirituality, gold and silver for mother, father, God around the sphere. Let the sphere rise high into the sky and dissipate, allowing the colors and their meanings to transform the sphere and its contents. They're giving you the juice. The third phase is to create protection around the energy field by mentally focusing the same colors around yourself and saying, all that is not of enlightenment, universal consciousness, or God, Christ, Buddha, etc. cannot penetrate this shield. This here is a meditation of protection, or I would say a ritual of protection, really. Technology. Some clones have animal souls. I'll be damned. A spirit captured technologically, taught to earth scientists by aliens. Clones also Clones can also be controlled via implants in the physical brain or via holographic consciousness inserts. Damn. Some clones are created through cattle DNA mixed with human DNA to create a near human being. Oh shit. I would say something, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Consciousness is then withdrawn from a human and transferred to the clone through a computer to stimulate memories. The near humans are then bred with real humans to create type 2 almost humans. Oh shit. Now it makes sense. Y'all know about the grafting? Y'all heard about the grafting? I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. Y'all heard about the grafting? Or the gene spliced humanoid, so-called humanoid that was created about over 6,000 years ago. Y'all heard about them. So this is what we talking about. This was a clone. Shit, it makes sense. They was cloned. Yes, cloned. See, listen to this. Some clones are created through cattle DNA mixed with human DNA to create a near human being. Consciousness is then withdrawn from a human and transferred to the clone through a computer to stimulate memories. The near human are then bred with real humans to create type 2 almost humans. Man, shit. Let's continue. Consciousness abilities. A clone's consciousness ability is limited. A soul matrix is only private to those born of man and woman or to created beings. Clones have to be taught how to be human and interact with society. They are awkward and clumsy until they reach maturity. They cannot attain a high IQ and are easily manipulated by their creators. Man, dimensional capacity. Clones can only exist in the third dimension. This shit makes so much sense, y'all. It's making all the sense in the world. Y'all just don't know. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about when we talk about the created man or the created so-called human that was created 6,000 years ago. This shit makes sense. Let's keep it pushing. Alright, created beings. Universal origin. Created beings are not born of man and woman, but are created by the Godhead, and therefore do not have belly buttons. Archangels, angels, gods, and goddesses fall under this category. Some created beings are created as adults, while others are created as infants and given to celestial parents to rear. Alright, keep this thing pushing. Created beings are defined as magistrates of heaven and throughout Earth's history have also been known as the Elohim in their plural form. Okay, this shit go deep, y'all. Physical characteristics, depending on a universal mission, if traveling to a human world, created beings will generate a human body to inhabit. If traveling to a non-human world, they will create a form to match that species. Their voices are serene. That means it's angelic, y'all. But with an almighty strength behind it. Belief system. Created beings follow the cosmic law of one. They are spiritual and devotional beings of the highest. They are in constant communion with the Godhead and perform the will of the universe. They some serious. Cosmic agenda. Some created beings are mighty messengers whose hierarchical duties are performed for the benefit of all universal kind. They may activate a living light program on a world ready for advancement, or educate an individual whose purpose is to teach the masses about cosmic reality. Some created beings are commanders of motherships, space starships, and fleets. They are members of the Galactarian alignment. Valiant Thor, a created being and universal emissary, met with President Eisenhower on March 16, 1957. Was put on VIP status for 3 years and lived in an apartment beneath the Pentagon. Valiant Thor, his last name Thor, y'all, like the god of war, the god of thunder, okay, arrived with a divine design to assist humanity. This proposal was a means to eliminate disease, poverty, and nuclear weapons. We know that shit didn't work because look at we in worse condition than we was then in 1957, and them 3 years after that. So what the fuck? Okay, he just wasted his time. It was to be implemented in the United States first, and then it was to be implemented. I mean, the shit didn't happen. In the United States first, and when proven successful, then released to the rest of the world. Y'all, let's look at him right quick. This is the guy that they talking about. Valiant Thor. They choose what body they want to look in, depending on what people they dealing with and what species it may be in the universe. So they can change form at will. Okay. I heard about this dude before, too. They wrote a book about him. I think it's called Stranger at the White House or something. Stranger somewhere. They wrote a book about him or made a movie or something about him. I think it was a book. But anyway, the proposal was discussed during Thor's years at the Pentagon. The military-industrial complex was more interested in obtaining the organic technology of Thor's Victor-class saucer. So all they wanted some shit for themselves. The powers that be rejected the proposal in the end, saying it would put doctors, nurses, pharmaceutical companies, etc. out of business. Duh, fuck them. Shit. And that the economy would crash. Fucking right. Let that motherfucker burn if this is what we need. Okay? According to Harley Bird, Project Blue Book, in the United States Air Force, the landing of Valiant Thor was perhaps the first documented landing of a human-type alien by military officials. He met with President Eisenhower and Vice President Richard Nixon for an hour, and then the alien was put on VIP status and shuttled back to the Pentagon. Now, we know that Valiant Thor supposedly supposed to work for the gods, the hierarchy. So our government said, fuck the gods, fuck those that are in the highest order or dimensions of vision and intelligence. They just say, fuck them. We gonna do what we want to do. So they done already made that pact with the devils or the Draconians. Okay, so we know what the fuck we talking about.